The HTML and CSS I uploaded for you is looking like this, so we'll just quickly run through them and what they actually mean. So first things, of course, I linked to my style sheet, and in my body tag I created a header, a main, a aside, and a footer. So the only new thing here for you maybe is the aside. It's basically like all you things you know already from navigation or nav section and so on. This aside is just another one, and it's primarily being used if you have content in one place and something aside over here. So that's really where it's why it's created. This is the HTML for now, and this is the CSS that is part of the thing you're going to download, or the template you're going to use. So quickly just go through it. In the body section we're using a display grid, and we're using margins 0 auto to center all our things. Then I create template columns. I do repeat 6, so 6 equal sizes column going from left to right, and they go down of course since they're columns. And then I create something called grid auto rows. So we created something called grid template rows before, but auto rows basically means if you just create here, I create 2. And if I have more than 2 rows going down, so 1, 2, 3 right now, if I had 4, 5, 6, it's just going to repeat the same structure here. So that will be 40 and the 440 and 440 and so on. I also use min max here, and this is also a new one. So we've been using the one fraction or a set amount of variables here, but min max basically is a way for us to start telling the system that you need at least or a maximum of something in a block. So I'm telling it the first one equals the min here, so minimum of 400 pixels, and then do a comma to separate it, and then I tell it to be auto. So if the content exceeds 400 pixels, it's just going to increase the height of this, but it can't get less than 400. We can also set a max, for example, to 800 pixels. Then it's going to be between 400 and 800 at any given time, depending on the content, of course. Then I created grid areas. You've seen these before, where we use the naming from down here. So I created the header, main, aside, and footer, gave them all a background color, and I gave them a name here by grid area. So FT for footer, for the aside it's called side, main, and header HD. So we're just creating our grid here and putting it in. So because I have 6 columns, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from left to right, and because I'm using rows and auto rows, I'm creating first row, second row, third row, and I'm having main, and 2 asides. That's what's creating this again, but we already did cover this in another video. So this is our start, and in the next video we're going to try to continue with going from this to this.